10 weirdest towns in the UK. Britain doesn't just do quaint, it does quirky, surreal, and wildly offbeat. Across the UK, there are towns that make you wonder if you've stepped into a novel, a dream, or a time warp. Some are shaped by strange histories, others by eccentric locals, and a few just seem born weird. Whether you're drawn to ghost stories, odd architecture, or places that proudly ignore convention, this list is for you. The 10 weirdest towns in the UK are more than just destinations. They're experiences that stay with you long after you've left. 10. Portmeirion, Wales. Portmeirion looks like someone dropped a slice of the Italian Riviera onto the Welsh coast. Designed by Sir Clough Williams-Ellis over 50 years, the village is a bold patchwork of classical domes, colourful facades, towers, fountains, and balconies, all set against woodland and sea. It's part art installation, part fairytale. The town's fame skyrocketed when it became the filming location for the cult 1960s series The Prisoner, adding a surreal edge to its already bizarre charm. Portmeirion isn't just a day trip, it's a carefully curated illusion, one that invites you to get lost in its invented grandeur. With its architectural oddities and theatrical design, it easily earns its place among the weirdest towns in the UK. 9. Hebden Bridge, England. Hidden in a Yorkshire valley, Hebden Bridge has long been a refuge for artists, activists, and outliers. Once a declining mill town, it reinvented itself as a hub of creativity, diversity, and bohemian spirit. Today, you'll find canal-side poetry readings, open mic nights in vegan cafes, and a high street packed with indie shops and handmade everything. It's also home to one of the UK's longest-running UFO societies. Locals pride themselves on the town's inclusivity and offbeat character. Whether it's a parade of lanterns, a moss graffiti workshop, or a theatre performance in a converted church, there's always something unusual happening. For seekers of quirky towns in the UK, Hebden Bridge is a dream. 8. Pluckley, England. Sleepy, scenic, and haunted to its bones, Pluckley in Kent has been crowned Britain's most haunted village, with at least a dozen reported ghosts. Local legends include a screaming man, a phantom highwayman, and a monk who appears in the mist. Even the Black Horse pub is said to be home to unseen guests. TV crews and ghost hunters frequently visit, especially around Halloween. But beyond the spooky stories lies a postcard-perfect village of thatched cottages and ancient trees, which only adds to the eerie atmosphere. Pluckley is a place where the veil between past and present feels unusually thin. And if ghost tales are your thing, it's a must-see among strange UK travel destinations. 7. Blaenau Ffestiniog, Wales. What do you do when your slate mining industry collapses? If you're Blaenau Ffestiniog, you bounce back, literally. This gritty town in Snowdonia turned its abandoned quarries and mines into extreme adventure sites. Bounce Below lets visitors jump on trampolines suspended inside massive caverns, lit with colourful LEDs. Nearby, Zip World Titan sends daredevils hurtling over former quarries. With a dark, dramatic landscape of slate and stone, the town looks like something out of a dystopian novel, but with mountain bikes and zip wires. Blaenau Ffestiniog has flipped its industrial past into a playful present, landing it squarely on the list of the UK's weirdest and most inventive towns. 6. Glastonbury, England. Step into Glastonbury and step into another realm. The Somerset town is a patchwork of Arthurian legend, alternative spirituality, and boho weirdness. This is where King Arthur is said to be buried. It's also where shops sell cauldrons, wands, and druid cloaks. On any given day, you'll find crystal healers, street drummers, and folks meditating on ley lines. The Glastonbury Tor, rising above the town with its ruined tower, is believed by some to be a portal to the mystical Isle of Avalon. Add in the Chalice Well, a red spring thought to have healing properties, and you've got one of the most mystical and unusual towns in the UK, where everyday life feels soaked in legend. 5. Hay-on-Wye, Wales. If you love books and absurdity, Hay-on-Wye is paradise. This border town in Wales is crammed with over 20 second-hand bookshops, some spilling onto streets and even into old telephone boxes. It became famous after Richard Booth declared himself King of Hay in 1977, handing out passports and announcing the town's symbolic independence. That literary rebellion kicked off the now world-famous Hay Festival, which draws authors, thinkers and readers from around the globe. Even outside festival season, Hay feels like a book lover's dream crossed with a village comedy. It's quirky, intellectual and joyfully eccentric. Truly one of the most unusual British towns to visit. 4. Imber, England. Imber is a town with no residents and no postal code. In 1943, its villagers were evacuated so the British Army could use it for training. They never returned. Today, Imber lies deep within the Salisbury Plain military zone and is usually closed to the public, except for a few open days each year. Visitors walk empty streets flanked by boarded-up houses and signs warning of unexploded munitions. The church still holds occasional services, surrounded by silence. It's haunting, not because of ghosts, but because of what's missing. Imber is a modern ghost village, real, abandoned and preserved in military amber, earning its place among the most surreal places in England. 3. Dull, Scotland. Tiny, peaceful Dull didn't ask to be famous, but it leaned in when it found its match. In 2012, the Scottish village paired with boring Oregon, creating the Dull and Boring partnership. Later, bland Australia joined in to complete the trio. The result? A global oddball alliance that celebrates dullness with tongue firmly in cheek. The village itself is lovely, rolling hills, stone cottages, and highland views. But it's the ironic signage and self-deprecating humour that draw visitors. Tourists pose by the welcome sign, and every August, Dull Day is celebrated with cake, community events, and lots of grinning. Among all funny-named towns in the UK, Dull has made the most of the joke, and we love it for that. 2. Blackpool, England. If you mashed a carnival, a seaside postcard, and a neon sign together, you'd get Blackpool. This Lancashire town is loud, brash, and bursting with bizarre charm. Its iconic Blackpool Tower stands over 3 piers filled with arcades, donkeys, and fortune tellers. The annual Illuminations Festival transforms the town into a glowing wonderland. You can ride wooden roller coasters, visit wax museums with hilariously off-celebrity likenesses, and dance in the Tower Ballroom like it's 1890. There's even a giant mirror ball by the sea. Blackpool is chaotic, campy, and completely unpretentious. For many, it's nostalgia and novelty rolled into one. As far as bizarre British seaside towns go, Blackpool is unmatched. 1. Whitby, England. Topping our list is Whitby, a Gothic dream on the Yorkshire coast. With its ancient abbey ruins, winding cobbled lanes and crashing waves, it's picturesque and mysterious all at once. Bram Stoker set part of Dracula here, inspired by the brooding skyline and the churchyard perched above the sea. Today, Whitby embraces its dark side with 2 annual goth weekends, drawing thousands in elaborate Victorian, steampunk and macabre attire. Add in jet jewellery shops, vampire tours, and the eerie climb of 199 steps to the Abbey. And you've got a town that feels like a novel come to life. But Whitby is also home to friendly fishermen, fresh fish and chips, and one of the prettiest harbours in Britain. It's this mix of haunting elegance and real-world charm that makes it the weirdest and most unforgettable of the 10 weirdest towns in the United Kingdom. The UK is packed with peculiar places. but these 10 towns take the prize. Whether shaped by folklore, fearless imagination, or just fantastic locals, they each offer a strange and wonderful experience. The 10 weirdest towns in the UK remind us that weirdness isn't just entertaining, it's essential to what makes Britain brilliant. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.